Muito boa noite. Chegou o momento de recebermos as equipes para esse jogo 2 das quartas de finais da Basketball Champions League América. E nós vamos começar então anunciando os jogadores da equipe visitante do Hebraica Macabi do Uruguai. Número 3, Boa Pucci. Número 4, Joaquim Anzini. Número 5, Juana do Cassi. Número 45, Mário. Número 10, Clara Garcia. Número 11, Franca Hassel. Número 21, Luciano Parotti. Número 23, Jordan Williams. Número 28, Lautaro Bianchi. Número 30, Ernesto Rodrigues. Número 85, Santiago Canal. Essa equipe com Leonardo. E agora vamos ficar de pé para receber os guerreiros do
Good evening and welcome in once again to Ginasao Pedro Cao in Franca, Brazil for Game 3 of this quarterfinal matchup between Group D winner Ceci Franca of Brazil and Group C runner-up Hebraica Macabi of Uruguay. Alongside Andrew Hunt, I'm Craig Beta, and we're so glad you can be here wherever you're tuned in from around the Americas or around the world, in the USA on FanDuel TV, in South America on DirecTV, and around the rest of the world on the BCL Americas YouTube channel. Andrew, well, 24 hours ago, if you asked anybody that follows this tournament if we'd be back here for a Game 3, they'd have looked at you like you had a third eye in the middle of your forehead. But here we are, after Hebraica Macabi pulled off the 194 stunner last night. And the thing is, they did it in a sustainable manner. They didn't shoot and make an unusually high amount of threes. Just a third of their shots were from beyond the arc, but they made 64% of their two-point shots, most of which were in the paint. Here's the big question. Can they do it to what is widely viewed as the top club in South America 2 nights in a row?
Craig, my third eye feels like it got poked because I gave Hebraica a slim chance to win, but that slim chance was that was exactly the path they took. A high efficiency from 2 is the only way to beat good to average efficiency from 3. I hate to be the doubter, but just like yesterday, I think Franca has the better team, and now Hebraica needs to recreate yesterday's effort after already exerting that effort yesterday.
Yeah, that's one other thing to consider when looking at whether Hebraica can do it again is the fatigue factor. 4 of their starters played over 30 minutes last night, including Franklin Hassel and Jordan Williams, who both logged 37 minutes. By contrast, no one on Franca played more than about 29 minutes.
I noticed that arguably the best player in the tournament, Lucas Diaz, was noticeably absent yesterday. Not sure if that was strategic for the series or just a rotation decision for the game. Franca in general seems to have a deeper team, or at least more players that play more minutes, not necessarily talent deeper. We'll see. And remember yesterday, Hebraica had some team foul troubles in addition to a short bench. If that happens again today, I'm not sure they can pull it out like they did yesterday.
There we get a look at the starting lineup for Hebraica Macabi. Same starting 5 as last night for Leonardo Zilberstein. Juan Ducasse, he had 10 points, 5 rebounds in 32 minutes. Franklin Hassel, 25 points, 11 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 steals in 37 minutes. Luciano Perotti, 9 points, 4 rebounds, 8 assists in 34 minutes. Jordan Williams, 17 points, 10 rebounds in 37 minutes. And then Ernesto Ogilvy, who had 19 points and 3 rebounds. He fouled out in the fourth quarter after 18 minutes of action. But before he fouled out, after he picked up his 4th foul, remember, he went on that 10-point burst in about 2.5 minutes. So he's, even though he didn't log the heavy minutes last night, he had a huge contribution. And looking at Franca, it's not like they played poorly last night. They were just 2 points off their tournament best, 96.6 points per game. But they're going to have to find a way to keep Hebraica Macabi out of the paint. If you're Franca, how do you do that?
You know, I'm not sure I try to do anything different. I'm kind of a probability guy, and I feel like if I play as Franca the same game I did yesterday, I should shoot better, and they likely won't shoot as good. With that being said, if they get some easy baskets right out of the gate and they're having success on the low post with Ogilvy and Hassel, I'm calling a timeout, and I've got to have something up my sleeve, like a double team or a stunt, and I'll get into maybe what a stunt is a little bit later, Craig.
We just saw the starting lineup for Franca: Marcio Santos, Santiago Scala, Jonathan Dos Santos, Lucas Diaz, and Charles Hinkle. Same starting five for Elinho Garcia as last night. One thing to look at, and the three-point shooting from Franca wasn't terrible as a team, but that being said, Lucas Diaz was 3 of 9 from three-point range. He's ordinarily just under a 50% three-point shooter. So if he makes 2 more of his three-pointers and goes 5 of 9 instead of 3 of 9, well, that's the difference in the game, 6 points. So again, it was the slimmest of margins for Hebraica Macabi last night. If Lucas Diaz plays his game where he averages 21 points, that's what he averaged, but if he shoots his regular three-point percentage, it's a tie game. So we'll see how this bears out tonight. Marcio Santos scored 17 points last night, 5 above his average. Scala had 12, just a couple above his average. Now, you could say that makes up for Diaz's three-point shooting. Jonathan Dos Santos, 5 points. He was just at his average. Charles Hinkle had 13. His average is 12.1. So all of the starters for Franca were right about at their averages. The only real noticeable difference was Wesley Ferrara. He only had 2 points and 7 rebounds. He averages 13 off the bench for Franca. David Jackson was the big X factor for Franca. He had 24 points, and he averages 11.8 off the bench. So, again, what's the difference? Did the backups make, more of the difference that Lucas Diaz didn't make in his three-point shooting? But it's just about time to throw it in the air, and we'll find out. Buckle up, everybody. This is the first of 2 games tonight, coming up at 7:10 p.m. local time, 7:10 Eastern. We will have game 2 between Halcones de Salapa and Nacional live from Salapa. Nacional is up 1-0 in that series after a 79-78 win on Tuesday. Our officials in this one: Leonardo Zalazar of Argentina, Krishna Dominguez of Mexico, and Alexis Mercado of Puerto Rico. Ball's in the air. Franca wins the tip, and we are underway. Franca, their first offensive set. Open look from beyond the arc, and that is in. They started out hot from three-point range last night, and they definitely cooled off, particularly in the second half. Now Hassel draws the foul, gets into the paint, draws the foul. That's practically a replay of last night's game already in just 2 possessions.
I believe, last night Hebraica jumped out to the lead, right? I thought they got a few pretty easy looks at right in the basket. I want to say it was like 8 to 3, 8 to 4.
That foul was on Lucas Diaz already. First possession of the game. His first. Yeah, Hebraica jumped out last night. It was like 6-2 that they jumped out. Second free throw missed by Hassel. Hinkle getting it over to Diaz. Diaz for 3. That rings out. Diaz not wearing his pink shoes tonight. Ogilvy from 18. That's good.
Oh.
Big man picks up where he left off last night before he fouled out. Left-hand drive by Hinkle, up and good.
You can see on defense, Hebraica Macabi very conscious of where Diaz is on the floor.
So 2 team fouls already on Franca. That one on Santiago Scala, the first one on Lucas Diaz. There's Ducasse. His pass nearly stolen away. 3-pointer on the way from Williams, short. Hinkle the rebound. Stolen away by Williams. Takes it up and jams it home, and we're tied up at 5.
That was a crafty steal.
It really was. Now Scala from way outside. That misses. Rebound Hassel. Franklin Hassel had only 6 rebounds last night, but it seemed like he had a lot more than that as Ernesto Ogilvy drains the 3-pointer.
Well, I'm pretty sure he had at least 2 off his own shot that he got for a rebound and put right back in. At the scoring percentage that they had, I wouldn't expect a ton of rebounds, to be had. If you're shooting from inside the paint and you're at 67, 70%, somewhere in there, not a lot of rebounds to be had.
And are they going to call a flop? Because the one official said play on, and the other official blew a whistle.
What does Hassel think?
Yeah, Hassel says get up, play on. So they did call that a flop. That's a technical foul on Marcio Santos. Did they call it? I thought they did. Evidently not. They just said play on, no foul. As Franklin Hassel hits from outside. And I tell you what, after game 1, Hebraica Macabi has shown absolutely no fear of Franca.
Yeah, but there's Franca doing what they need to do.
Yep.
Get some baskets. They're going to get a lead if they can continue to shoot decent from 3. And that's also going to get this crowd going. I just kind of feel that they're waiting to blow the roof off this place. But to Hebraica's credit, they're not letting it happen. They're squelching any celebrations that might happen with an answer at the other end.
Yeah, Ducasse answered the 3-pointer with a deuce, and Hebraica stays on top. And now a miss gives Hebraica a chance to extend this lead a little bit here early. Perotti behind the back to Ogilvy. How about that pass that Perotti had last night, the spinning wraparound no-look behind the back pass? That one blew up on social media last night.
He had a couple of nice ones.
Tipped out of bounds. It'll stay with Franca. Scala to inbound. Gets it back. Shot clock at 10. Hinkle to his right. Steps back and drains the long deuce.
Yeah, so far Hassel in space hasn't been great. So I don't know if they're going to start looking for that. Earlier he had Santos. I don't remember if the shot was made or not, but an open shot was given up. There we go.
Nice drive to get Hassel the ball in the paint.
If you're beating me in space on defense, I'd like to go right down to the other end and stick a layup in off the glass. At least I limit the differential.
Hebraica Macabi already with the early advantage on points in the paint, 6-4. 4-0 advantage on fast break points for Hebraica. 3 on the way for Scala, that's no good. Rebound Ogilvy. Perotti. Track along the sideline, tried to get it to Ogilvy, and now Franca running. Nice job getting back on defense, and a blocking foul called. Count the bucket! Wow! How kind of wizardry did Charles Hinkle pull off there to get that to go in?
Hinkle is the David Jackson of this evening so far.
Could very well be. Hinkle with 9 of Franca's 14 points. Foul was on Brian Garcia, who's checked into the game now. And he completes the three-point play to give Franca the lead back at 15-14.
I said in the pregame, Franca, they're deeper. I said, I don't know talent-wise necessarily, just guys with more minutes. And what I think I'm going to say with Franca is Diaz is obviously their number one option. They'd like to get him going. But they have so many guys that can score if you don't, Santos we've seen shoot, Hinkle, Jackson off the bench. Scala is able to shoot it too. He usually doesn't shoot as much. He's usually trying to distribute, but everybody can hurt you. There's nobody that I am just going to leave open or that I feel like is a weak link on the floor.
Hinkle scores again. He's got 12 points, and Lucas Diaz has only taken 1 shot so far. Now Santos for 3. That does not fall in, but that's going to be a foul on Ernesto Ogilvy as he's battling Lucas Diaz under the bucket.
If I'm in Lucas Diaz's shoes, if I'm in Diaz's shoes as the better player on the court,
Hinkle again
ends up another one. Which I've never been in that position on a professional basis, but maybe a rec league or Y ball. If their best players want to guard me and be all over me, I'm very happy to let my teammates just score the basketball, which is kind of what's happening right now.
Yeah, ride the hot hand. Now Diaz, step back 3, short.
You can tell he's kind of anxious to shoot that one.
Diaz was 3 of 9 last night, 0 for 2 so far tonight. Ogilvy.
He's probably getting the feeling that he's not going to get many looks, so sometimes that can kind of make you rush the ones that you do get.
Tough shot by Ernesto Ogilvy to get Hebraica back to within 2. Ogilvy now with 7 already. Oh, great work on the defensive glass, or rather the offensive glass by Wesley Ferrara. And Ferrara hits the three-pointer to put Franca up by 5. Biggest lead of the game for either team now. Ukase trapped near midcourt, has it poked away. Franca's got a 3-on-1, and that gets poked away. Nice job by Luciano Perotti to stop the break.
Yeah, he's got a 4-on-1, so I'm very happy to knock that out of bounds. He's on the bad side of the 4-on-1. I should clarify.
Yeah. Couple of substitutions now. Heisler Guillant and David Jackson on for Franca. Garcia back. Federico Haller and Lautaro Viatri on for Hebraica. So that 4-on-1 for Franca ends up getting nothing out of it. They missed the shot on the ensuing possession after Perotti knocked it out of bounds.
Yeah, that's a hustle play. That's not going to show up in the stat sheet. That wasn't a steal, a turnover. But yeah, as a coach, I see that and I'm like, all right, I need this guy in.
If it's a 2-point game at the end, we sure will be thinking about that. And now Wesley Ferrara commits a foul.
My third eye says it won't be, Craig. I do need an updated prescription, I've been told, though, by the doctor. So we'll see how bad it is.
Perotti from way outside. Splash!
Hey-o.
Back down to 2. Luciano Perotti's first three-pointer of the game. He's a
And that will show up on the stat sheet.
Three-point shooter. Yes, it sure will.
If the distance
Guillant
won't.
for three. Yeah, that was 25 feet. Guillant again from three. That was good.
Guillant says, I see you,
back to
Brody.
5. Williams back to Perotti. Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
Heat check. Luciano Perotti, that one was from even farther away. That was 28 feet. Can Franca answer?
Oh, my
they
goodness.
can! Charles
It's a
Henkel
shootout.
again. Henkel's got 18 first quarter points.
Might as well, Perotti. What is happening, Craig?
Holy cow! Perotti keeping Franca, or rather keeping Hebraica in it. Now David Jackson, the floater off the glass. Franca 31 points with a minute to play in this first quarter.
And Hebraica's right there with him.
Yeah. Where was this offense in the group stage? Hebraica averaging about 76 points a game coming into the quarters. Now Perotti, Leonardo Silverstein wanted a foul, and finally the call comes late.
Oh.
And now Silverstein wants a technical foul on Franca. Yeah, it seems like there wasn't a call made until Leonardo Silverstein protested. And that's 2 on Wesley Ferreira.
I don't know that.
And evidently there was a technical foul called.
If you're Ferreira there, you threw the ball between my legs. I'm standing there.
Yeah.
And then you run into me. I don't know how that can be a foul. He didn't move.
I agree with you. So Perotti makes the free throw to get it to 31-28. Elinio Garcia picks up the technical. Perotti's got 9. And now he's got 2 more coming.
Yeah, Garcia's probably saying the same thing I was. That what do you want him to do? That was something I always loved to ask the ref is, how could my guy have avoided that? Please tell me what he could have done differently to not get that foul. If you can tell me, then that's what I'll tell my guy. Tell me, then that's what I'll tell my guy. But in this case, I'm like, what do you want him to do?
So Perotti hits all 3 free throws, gets Hebraica back to within 1, and he checks out with 12 points. Outside now for Barbosa. Nearly stolen away. Guillant into the paint. That is stolen away. Haller got his hand on it, and here comes Garcia. Takes it all the way himself. Gives it up to Haller in the lane. And Federico Haller with the easy bucket. Hebraica's back on top.
Love it.
Hebraica had one to give there. In fact, they had a couple to give. Santiago Calamares draws his first with 7.3 to play in the first quarter. Man, Hebraica Macabi must have eaten their Wheaties, their spinach, and everything else before game 2, and it's carried over because they are equal in every capacity to Franca over these last 5 quarters. Jackson, his floater in the lane won't go. The tip won't go. Back tap to Garcia. That shot will not count. Had it gone. And we go to the second quarter with Hebraica Macabi on top, 32-31. And Leo Garcia still talking about that technical foul.
Or technical.
Let's look at the numbers here. Franca 50% from the floor overall, 6 of 13 from three-point range, 46%. They only shot one free throw and made it in that quarter. Hebraica Macabi 12 of 15 for 80% overall from the floor. Andrew, they're doing it again. 8 of 9 from two-point range, 4 of 6 from three-point range, 4 of 5 from the free throw line. For Franca, Wesley Ferreira, 3 points. Eisler Guillaume, 3. David Jackson, 2. Charles Hinkle, 18 first-quarter points. Marcio Santos, 3, and Santiago Scala, 2. And if it's not for Hinkle going bananas in that first quarter, this could be a Hebraica Macabi blowout already. For Hebraica, Juan Ducase, 2 points. Federico Haller, 2. Franklin Hassel, 6. Ernesto Ogilvy, 7. Luciano Perotti went a little bananas himself with 12 points in that first quarter. And Jordan Williams had 3.
Perotti's average shooting distance is 25 feet. Well, I guess I got to add in the free throws maybe, but we'll go average field goal distance. There we go. Now I'm safe. The 3 threes he hit in all well outside the line.
Yeah, there was no doubt about those. Those were NBA plus. Lucas Diaz, 7 minutes and 30 seconds of that first quarter. He took 2 shots, both three-pointers, and missed them both.
And at least the one shot that I can recall, I didn't like. He kind of knew that they were shading him and that he wasn't going to get a lot of looks probably. And he gets the ball in a quick reverse. Wasn't really open. He had a shorter defender that was closing out. And he just kind of chucked one up there to have a look at the basket. And I didn't really care for that. You got to be a little more patient, which I think he's capable of.
So Hebraica Macabi, the initial possession of the second quarter. Shot clock down to 7. Garcia, his floater up off the glass and good. Points in the paint, 14-6 in favor of Hebraica Macabi. Man, they found the formula, Andrew.
Well, yeah, the difference tonight is these 3-pointers, which they're all Perotti's basically.
Oh my!
Speak of the devil.
Jordan Williams getting into the act now.
Yeah, let's see is that the second for Williams? We got 5 3-pointers now. 3 of those were Perotti's. Trying to find my missing 3. Ogilvy hit one. Okay.
Yeah, he did. So it's a 6-point lead for Hebraica Macabi now. 37-31. And Franca wants timeout. And once again, Ginazao Pedro Cao in Franca is as quiet as it can possibly be. It's like the moon in this place.
Yeah, it's looking at the shooting percentage right now, 82% overall for Hebraica Macabi. Pretty tough to beat. I always say 70-75%. If a team shoots that much, they're hard to beat. Now, we're only just starting the second quarter, so it's also very difficult to keep that percentage up. You can see them right now. I mean, they're on fire. That really means you're only missing, 1 or 2 shots out of every, 10, 80%. Hello. But that's pretty difficult to keep up for the whole game. They did it from 2 yesterday. They stayed
they sure
in that
did.
Percentage range. So
they were in the 60s at the end of the game. I mean, they're obviously not going to shoot 90% from 2-point range, but they can certainly shoot 60 or 70, and they are showing that they have the formula to hang with Franca. Last night was not an anomaly.
They were shooting 90% at some point yesterday. I think it was was it 19 of 21? Maybe it was 19 of 25 at the end of the half, which
it was 19 of 25, yeah.
Yeah, never mind then. But still, that's pretty good.
It's still 76%.
Right, which is very close to 90. Sarcasm. It's not very close at all.
Depends on what game you're playing.
Right.
Ogilvy misses the three-pointer. Franca trying to cut into this 4-point lead. 8.5 minutes to play, second quarter. I am just impressed as heck with Leonardo Zilberstein and Hebraica Macabi and what they've been able to do. Diaz, the catch and shoot three. That is good. Lucas Diaz
Franca loves to see it.
Gets rid of the bagel, and Franca back to within one. Ogilvy, as it popped out of there, Hassel gets it. He puts up the little left-hander in the paint, won't go. A rare miss. Now Franca looking for the lead, and they've got it, 38-37. So after the timeout by Elinho Garcia, Franca responds. They're on top, and now Leonardo Zilberstein of Hebraica Macabi wants timeout.
Now, as promised in the pregame, Craig, and really hasn't come up as anything that's been needed, as Hebraica's been shooting much better from the three than they were yesterday, so they haven't been packing it in quite as much. But I mentioned a couple of things that I might do if they start having success. So if I'm Franca on defense against Hebraica Macabi, yesterday inside they were really dominating, especially Hassel. A double team, pretty obvious. I just have two people guarding the ball. A stunt is going to look like a double team, but basically what I want to happen is, say there's a guy in the corner. Whoever's guarding the guy in the corner, the post defender is going to play behind the post player. So let's take Hassel, for example. Once Hassel puts that ball on the floor and starts to dribble and try to back down his defender, that guy from the corner is going to do what we call a stunt. He's going to act like he's coming to double team in order for Hassel to pick up the ball. Now he can go back to his man because he doesn't want to give up the shot. And now me as the post defender, I don't have to deal with the dribble. The guy has the ball picked up, so now I don't have to be as mobile because all he has left is, a pivot foot step through. He can't do any moves with the dribble, a spin dribble, anything like that. So that's right. What a stunt is, if needed, which so far has not been.
So let's see how Hebraica responds following their timeout, giving up a little run here to Franca. A 7-0 run by the home team. Perotti. Baseline fadeaway, that's no good. Hassel the rebound, gets it back out to Perotti for three. Yes! Luciano Perotti from three-point range again. 4-5 from the arc now. He's got 15. And there's the answer at the other end. Santiago Scala.
Man, if you ask me,
53 of the most entertaining minutes of basketball that I can remember.
If you would have asked me outside of Hassel, Ogilvy, and Williams, some of the main scorers for Hebraica, who I think, would have a lot of points tonight, it would not have been Perotti.
Williams the block. Jackson now for three. Williams the rebound. Yeah, Garcia was the guy last night who stepped up off the bench and had 16 points. He was 4 or 5 from the arc. Now Perotti from way outside. That was from darn near the Franca logo.
I'm okay with it.
Oh, and Luciano Perotti commits the foul. And Ferrara will go to the line to try to complete the three-point play.
How many steps?
About that foul attempt.
Ferrara didn't dribble. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. Three.
Yeah, I think he caught on the left, took the right, and then takes another left to go up. I don't know. I guess maybe that catch is considered a gather.
I think it would have been more entertaining instead of going left, right, left if he had gone left, left, left.
Yeah, like a triple jump.
Yeah, exactly. Perotti down to Ogilvy. Oh, quick spin move by Ogilvy. Gets the defender in the air and draws the foul. That's going to be on Lucas Diaz. I believe. And if
Which
it
will be
is,
two
that's
if it
going to
is.
be his second. Yep. Let's see who they whistled that on. Looks like they gave it to Scala. Or Ferreira.
Ferreira, yeah, I was going to say Scala's nowhere in the picture. That looked like a foul on Ferreira. And
I thought I saw three.
Or
6 on there.
As I said,
that's 3 fouls now on Scala.
Oh.
Floater from Williams, no good.
So they did put the foul on
6 minutes to play, second quarter. No. Yes. No, it was on Wesley Ferreira.
There we go. Oh, Ferreira has. I understand. Okay, gotcha.
Scala, Scala's only got 1. Now Perotti down to Ogilvy, and Ogilvy draws the foul. That one's going to be on Scala, and that'll be his second.
Now they have a little bit of foul trouble tonight, whereas Hebraica last night, at this time last night, Ogilvy already had 3. I believe Hassel already had 2, and I thought they had somebody else with 2 or 3.
I think you're right. Might have been Ducasse.
That was my guess.
So Hinkle comes back on. Ogilvy gets it. Ducasse. Oh, beautiful little set piece, but Ogilvy stripped on the way up. Great defense by Franca. Now Diaz has it.
Get Diaz on the block here.
Dion swings it left side. Jackson, and now that's going to be a foul on Ducasse.
I don't know if I like that one either. I feel like. See, to me, Santos is making the contact on that.
Yeah, but Ducasse had that elbow up high in the chest. But I see what you're saying.
I kind of thought he was just standing there.
Now Diaz, bodied, now steps back, launches the 3 with a hand in his face. And that's going to be Hebraica ball. And immediately, Jonathan Dos Santos calls for the review.
That possession again, Diaz is
going to look at it.
Kind of forcing that one up. We'll see if.
Yeah, he really was. The defender, and they've got a smaller defender on Lucas Diaz. They're closing out on him and keeping a hand in his face so he can't get comfortable from outside.
Now speaking of my stunt explanation from earlier, as we watch a replay here on the out of bounds.
I think that went off Ducasse.
But Hassel is stunting or shading towards Diaz when he gets the ball. So that if he does get around his defender, they're kind of sending him into the big guy, which rightfully so, he's not really trying to do that. I'm not just going to dribble right into Franklin Hassel. I don't like those prospects either.
Oh, and they say it's a Hebraica Macabi ball. Oh,
my mistake,
his fault.
He said.
Yeah, Franca. Yeah, that is Franca ball, as it should be. Doesn't matter what the crowd thinks or Leonardo Silverstein. What matters is they got it right and then signaled it right after he incorrectly made the signal. Now Guillant to his left. Little drop pass into the lane. That is good. Marcio Santos. And it's a 5-point lead for Franca, an 11-point swing since the Franca timeout when they trailed by 6. Oh, ugly shot there. Not sure what Jordan Williams was trying to do there. He immediately was appealing to the officials, but he got himself in a very bad position when the officials weren't going to bail him out there. Santiago Calimares back into the game now for Hebraica Macabi, putting some pressure on Guillant. Calimares stays with Guillant, cuts off the baseline. Now Guillant finally gives it up. 8 to shoot. Here comes Hinkle. Now a 3 on the way. That's no good. Hinkle, the flat-footed red. Your pardon. Santos, the rebound. That falls in. Lead is 7. Biggest lead of the game now for either team. Hinkle had 18 points in the first quarter. He has not scored in the second. Parodi. Pass inside to Ogilvy. He tried to get it to Hassel, but deflected. Now a 3 on the way. No.
Now
Ryan
you'll see
Garcia
any kind of
jetting
dribble,
up.
any dribble drive by Hebraica, you're seeing, I think, 5 white jerseys all in the paint. They're just trying to clog that up and wreak havoc, which so far I think they're doing a better job of.
Yeah, points in the paint now dead even at 14-14. It was 14-6 in favor of Hebraica Macabi. And the first foul called on Hinkle. Parodi loses the dribble. He dribbled it off Franklin Hassel. Bad turnover there for Hebraica. And no shot as Calimares commits the foul. 3:11 to play, second quarter. Franca on top by 7. They trail by as many as 6 in this second quarter. But Franca really responded following the timeout by Elenio Garcia when they were trailing 37-31.
And I mentioned just in general, very difficult. They were 8 for 19 from 2, Hebraica Macabi. After that, now they're 9 for 16 total. So they've only made 1 of the last 7. It's hard to keep up that shooting percentage.
It's a 16-3 run for Franca. Calimares to the left wing. Ogilvy hands off to Ducasse. Ducasse launches the 3, and that is good! Down to 4. Ducasse now with 5. 2.5 minutes to play, second quarter. Hinkle. Too strong off the glass, and he looks to the official. Ducasse to Hassel. Hassel driving on Diaz. Spinning into the paint. Behind the head pass to Ogilvy, but his shot, no good. And he's carping about no call. Boy, these guys are complaining after just about every shot now, and I haven't seen anything that the officials should have called. Now we get a whistle away from the ball.
That was a great job by Santos. You know Hassel wants to go with that left-hand hook. So as soon as he gets going to his right, you know the spin back is coming. And Santos read that and was right there when he spun back, almost gets the steal. Hassel was able to kind of try to slide it over to Ogilvy. No success on that shot.
The foul was on Brian Garcia, his second. Franklin Hassel having a seat. With 2:07 to play, we will probably see him before this half is over. As the first free throw gets in for Hinkle. He's got 19 now. Hinkle hits them both, and he's got 20 first half points. Calimares to Garcia. Now Ducasse to Williams. Good defense by Franca. Offensive rebound by Garcia, and Calimares has to put it up. Finally does. Man, and again, this is happening in front of Hebraica's bench. They got to help the team out on the floor. Calimares had no idea the shot clock was down to 2. 7th turnover for Hebraica, just 2 for Franca. Coming up on a minute and a half to play in the second quarter. Nearly stolen away. Santos finding his way through traffic, finally gets the ball. Ducasse guarding it. Santos shoots it up over Ducasse, no good. Ogilvy the board.
It's kind of soft. You get the ball in the post, dribble down there. You got one-on-one. You take a couple dribbles in, you can still face up and shoot.
A couple of players ended up on the floor there. Hinkle and Williams. Let's see how they adjudicate this. Foul's going to be on Franca. Foul was on Santos. It's his second. So Luciano Perotti back in. Santiago Calimares sits down. Little surprised we didn't see that substitution sooner. See a lot of guys toweling off, a lot of perspiration on the floor. 76 degrees in Franca, 84% humidity. And Hebraica Macabi with timeout. 1:09 to play in the second quarter.
Jordan, Lucho saca. Jordan, acá de 4. Mauro, Cortina, Juani.
Andrew, it seems to me like Franca with this slim 6-point lead, even though it is only 6 points, it seems like Franca is just starting to press the advantage a little bit. Just a feel.
Yeah, I would expect them to, honestly, you know, I had said this to you in slightly different words, but this was kind of what I expected to be the end of the first quarter. Obviously, Hebraica really had it going on, but now they've kind of come back to earth a little bit. You said they were on the moon because it was so quiet earlier. Now they're back to earth, and I think Franca's going to potentially extend this lead before the half, but then you know, I just at some point fatigue and, you know, just the realization of the uphill battle you got here is Hebraica has got to kick in.
We will see. They have been absolutely fearless. Of Franca over the past 6 quarters. 3-pointer on the way from Williams, and that is good. Yep.
Williams said, "Yeah, why don't you shut your mouth?" I said, "Okay, I will."
Inside of a minute to play, Franca's lead down to 3. Jackson to Santos now. Back up to Diaz. He puts up the 3-pointer. That's short. And the rebound, or the foul on the rebound on Marcio Santos. That'll be his second. Diaz now 1 for 5 from 3-point range, 1 of 6 overall. And that'll put Hebraica on the free throw line with a chance to cut it back down to 1. Juan Ducasse 0 for 2 from the free throw line in this tournament. Make it 0 for 3.
I really don't understand. Diaz he's pretty smooth from down low. He likes that little fadeaway over the right shoulder when he can get a couple of pound the ball a couple times, and then he'll kind of work back into that shot. Get them on the block and see what happens. I mean, I got to think that they're going to play pretty tough defense, but see if they draw a double, see if they draw a double when he gets the ball and he can kick back out. He's had success finding that guy right there, Santos, and Ferreira cutting, because usually their guy is going to be the guy that's looking to help, and they'll kind of turn their head toward the ball when Diaz has it, and that allows for the backdoor cutter. I just really think that would benefit Franca. We'll see if we can have somebody go over to their bench and let them know what I'm thinking.
I'm sure Lino Garcia would be more than glad to listen to you as Franca takes time out here with 42 seconds to play in this second quarter. Look at that.
If you haven't played
7 of 10 from 3-point range.
If you haven't played, there's things you do. You kind of think on offense, well, I only want to do stuff that I know is going to score points. I'm happy with doing some things that I don't necessarily think will score me points, because it might set me up for points elsewhere. Like I said, Diaz might get the ball 3 times in a row on the block and not even look at the basket, but it could lead to a pass, pass out and a kick to the 3 on the other side, a cutter where he gets the assist for a layup. Like, these are all things that could set me up to, or like I say, at the very least, now I get to see what they're going to do if I get the ball on the block to Diaz and draw something up on that. Use him as a, throw it into him, and then on the third play, I act like I'm going to throw into him, wait for the help to come, move the ball elsewhere. These are all things that can happen with, no points being scored by the guy involved.
Jackson nearly loses the dribble out of bounds, saved by Diaz. Jackson launches the 3 from the left wing, well short. Rebound Ducasse. Now Hebraica can tie on this possession, take the lead with a 3. A little over a second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Parodi out near midcourt. Guarded by Giant. Shot clock at 3. Parodi. Little hesitation into the paint, into the corner for 3. And was that a shot clock violation? What did they call? Caldamares made the shot. What was the call? Had to be a shot clock violation.
The only other thing was,
violation.
sometimes on that sideline was his foot. Okay. Sometimes your foot's out of bounds on that sideline. It gets a little tight.
Now Jackson from 3/4 court, just short, and we go to halftime with Franca on top by 2, 49-47. Cullen Mars just about gave Hebraica the lead going into halftime. He shot a 1/10 of a second too late. But we go to the half with Franca on top by just 2. Franca outscored Hebraica in that second quarter 18-15. And again, Andrew, Hebraica showing absolutely no fear of Franca. They have the formula. And every other team that's left in this tournament, they are going to be watching film of this game and last night's game to see what Hebraica Macabi is doing. And what they're doing is they're getting a lot of looks in the paint, and they're running out on their 3-point shooters, especially Lucas Diaz. Let's take a look at the numbers here. Franca, 43% overall, 19 of 44, 8 of 24 from 3-point range for 33%. They've only taken 4 free throws and hit 3 in that first half. Hebraica Macabi, they've come back to earth a little bit. 17 of 29 overall, 58%, 9 of 18 from 2-point range, 8 of 11 from 3-point range for 73%. They're 5 of 7 from the free throw line, so not a lot of free throws taken in this game. Rebounding advantage, Hebraica Macabi +2, 2018. Turnovers, 8 turnovers by Hebraica, just 2 by Franca in that first half. Individually, Lucas Diaz, 3 points, 1 of 6 shooting. He does have 3 steals. Eisler Giant, 3 points on 1 of 4 shooting. Charles Hinkle, 20 points on 7 of 9 shooting. He's 3 of 3 from 3-point range. David Jackson, 4 points. Marcio Santos, 7. Santos also with 4 rebounds. Wesley Ferrara has 5 points and 3 fouls. Santiago Scala, 7 points, 3 assists. For Hebraica Macabi, Juan Ducase, 6 points, 3 boards. Ernesto Ogilvy has 7. Luciano Perotti, 15 points on 4 of 8 shooting. He's 4 of 6 from three-point range. Perotti also with 5 assists. Jordan Williams, 9 points. Ryan Garcia has 2 points, 4 rebounds. Federico Haller, 2 points. Franklin Hassel, 6. Hassel also with 3 rebounds. That rounds out the scoring for Hebraica Macabi. So again at halftime, Franca leading by just 2. Game 3 of the quarterfinals between Franca and Hebraica Macabi. Winner of this game goes to the Final Four. The loser goes home. 20 more minutes of basketball to play. We've got one more game following this one. Halcones de Salapa against Nacional, game 2 of that series. That one gets underway at 7:10 p.m. local time, 7:10 p.m. Eastern time as well. Andrew and I will hop on our virtual private jet to Salapa, Veracruz, Mexico to bring you that one. Andrew, thank you for the sound effect there. Although I think it would sound more like the Jetsons,
I'm at the jet right now.
Or maybe Wonder Woman's invisible jet, since we're talking virtually here. Anyway, 49-47 at half, Franca by 2. We're back with second half action in just a few moments.
E agora um prêmio, uma camiseta linda do céu de preparações. Quero ver quem vai acertar aqui hoje, beleza? Vamos lá então. Vamos começar aqui, ó. Você vai na primeira, ok? Se você acertar, vai para os outros, né? Estou confiando, deixa eu acertar em primeiro. Vamos lá, cuidado? Quem está com a bola aqui, ó? Quem está com a bola aqui, ó? Vai. Levanta, vai. Você, vamos lá. Valendo na camiseta, presente da Unimed para você. Direito. Você, vamos lá. Isso, relógio. Nossa. Já foi o 60 etapa dessa torcida, ganhou. Aqui tem bola, não? Vamos lá, você. Está perdendo deixar. Vamos lá. Não ia ganhar. Vamos ver vocês. Ia ganhar. E vocês vão ver se você ia ganhar. Vamos lá. Ia. Quem está aqui embaixo, que bom. Bora. Não é aqui não. Vai lá. E o último que eu estou para gente ver aqui, ó. Vamos lá. Vamos lá. É isso aí. Uma salva de palmas de tempo para nossa ganhadora. Vai ganhar uma linda camiseta do César beleza? É isso aí, pessoal. Eu sou o Dubai. Uma oferecimento aqui. Unimed. Nexus. Solta o som, DJ.
Welcome back to Ginásio Pedro Calm in Franca, Brazil, for this quarterfinal matchup between Franca and Hebraica Macabi. Game 3, 1 half left to play. Franca, the heavy favorite. Coming into this series, Hebraica with the huge upset last night, 100-94 on Franca's home floor. And they trail by just 2 coming out of halftime, 49-47. Alongside Andrew Hunt, I'm Craig Feda, and we're so glad you can be with us. Andrew, how much does Hebraica have left in the tank? Ernesto Ogilvy, 17 minutes in that first half. Luciano Perotti, 17 minutes. Jordan Williams, 16 minutes. That's after Perotti played 34 minutes last night. Williams, 37 minutes. Frank Hassel, 37 minutes last night. Juan Ducase, 32 minutes. Hassel only played 13 minutes in that first half. But these guys have got to be gassed.
They're getting them some rest. I mean, the good thing is, win or lose, you're done playing after tonight. So that's a little more motivation to go ahead and win. It's not like last night where you know you got to play again tonight. So see if they can push through for 20 more minutes.
Next up for the winners would be the Final Four. One team already has advanced. Flamengo into the Final Four. Nacional with a chance to advance tonight. They play Halcones in just about 2.5 hours. We'll bring that game to you. And then tomorrow, it'll be Quimsa and Real Estelí game 2. Quimsa leads that series 1-0 after a 30-point win on Wednesday. So they will have a chance to advance to the Final Four tomorrow. And not entirely certain what they're talking about on the court here.
Is there a leak?
Dent in the floor? Can't really tell.
Yeah.
There's definitely an issue with the floor. Yeah, somebody was out there with a mop. Doesn't look like there's any standing water. We talked about the weather here in Franca, 76 degrees with 84% humidity or thereabouts. It wasn't raining at the time that I checked the weather, but certainly could be now. Yeah, it currently says light storms and rain right now. So there very well could be. Looking at the radar, there are some showers in the area, but nothing heavy over Franca right now. So under a little bit of a delay here to start the second half between Franca and Hebraica Macabi. If you're just joining us, Charles Hinkle scored 20 points in the first half for Franca. Luciano Perotti had 15 for Hebraica Macabi. And Franca has a 2-point lead at 49-47. Hebraica led by as many as 6 points in the second quarter. Franca led by as many as 7. Lucas Diaz with just 3 points on 1 of 6 shooting, 1 of 5 from three-point range. Currently, no one's out at that spot right now. Now somebody's out to mop it again. So now somebody's mopping at the other end. That just may be perspiration, though.
Yeah, I've been in a hot gym before. You'd be surprised how wet you can get the floor just from sweat. I myself had a pretty good workout one time, and the people that had the gym after us was like, "Is there a mop?" It was just me running all around the place, and I was like, "Oh, sorry about that."
This building was opened in 19. Building was opened in 1975. So maybe there's perhaps a tiny hole or two in the roof over the 47 years that this place has been around.
I like it. Yeah, these huge roofs, you never know how, just a little tiny leak here or there, but when it's right on the floor.
Yeah,
now I can
water will always find the lowest point. Well, they're back out mopping it again. I mean, this is a situation. It's in a bad spot where, I mean, you can't keep somebody
right
kind of on the sideline. And
if it's mid-court, right towards the sideline, I could just stand there and just kind of.
Yeah, or if it's under the basket, you could have somebody just run out, wipe it, jump back out. But that's in a bad spot. You can get on the court and all of a sudden possession can change, and now you've got a problem where you've got somebody that's on the court that shouldn't be there, plus a wet spot.
They almost need like the people that get the tennis balls on a tennis match, just put one on each side, and they just take turns running out there and scrubbing it.
Well, I mean, that's kind of what I was thinking.
Like the curling guys,
Yeah. Where do you station them, though? Do you station them at the kind of at the substitution block, right on either side of the scorer's table? You put 4 of them out there, 1 on each side toward the middle. But again, possession can change so fast.
Right. You saw the jump ball there. That went right where that spot was. So that kind of shows you.
I noticed that.
For a second, I was like, "Oh, we're starting." I was like, "Oh no, okay, this is a replay." All right, but that is the spot.
And again, if you get a team that's got a fast break opportunity and they have to blow the whistle because somebody's out on the court mopping it up, now that puts that team at a huge disadvantage, because now instead of a fast break opportunity, you've got a dead ball situation where the defense has a chance to get set up.
Which I believe that would be Franca's basket is where that is. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're warming up on that side of the court. So.
Again, if you're just joining us, under a delay here at the start of the second half, there appears to be a leak in the roof, and water is dripping onto the court just outside the three-point arc where you see that official is. And again, somebody coming out to mop it.
What if they just got a really big umbrella and they just stood under that spot? The umbrella could be like 10 or 15 feet high. I don't know. I'm just spitballing here, Craig.
Get somebody up in the rafters with a bucket.
There it is.
Of course, we saw a shot of the roof. There didn't appear to be rafters. It appeared to be a supported roof from the side. Like an open span.
Sometimes they have like the catwalk or whatever up there.
Yeah, exactly. Don't you dare go into right said Fred.
What about wrong said Bob?
Well, either the shower has passed and the leak has stopped. Let's hope that was the case. Let's check the radar a moment ago. There were showers in the area, but there did not appear to be any directly over Franca right at this time. And so hopefully whatever moisture precipitated this delay, whatever leak has precipitated this, it is stopped. There you see, though, look at the end of the Franca bench. There is somebody with a mop there right next to the substitution bench. I don't know if they'll come out during gameplay, but Santiago Scala gets things started with a three-pointer.
I would definitely think anytime there's a free throw.
Oh, yeah. Free throw, any kind of dead ball. Perotti gets it to Ogilvy. Ogilvy driving on Diaz, spinning. Right-hand hook, yes! Let's kind of keep an eye on that spot, too. See if anybody slips over there, away from the ball. Now Scala on the drive. Santos went down, but that had nothing to do with the wet spot. And now a kicked ball. That's going to be Franca ball with 4 to shoot. Once again, thanks so much for joining us in the USA on FanDuel TV, in South America on DirecTV, and around the rest of the world on the BCL America's YouTube channel. He's Andrew Hunt. I'm Craig Theta. And we've got another potentially down-to-the-wire game brewing here as Diaz misses the dunk, but draws the foul. That's on Ogilvy. That's going to be his second. Actually, I think that was on Hassel.
Yeah, that's...
Yep, that was on Hassel.
I'd be pretty upset right now if I was Ogilvy and they... Okay.
Yeah. Second free throw short. Ogilvy on the handoff to Ducasse. Now Perotti left side. Shot clock at 10. Perotti guarded by Scala. Now Ogilvy turns it over. And did they then whistle Ogilvy for the foul? I think they did. Getting in front of Diaz.
No, I don't...
Yeah.
Don't know if I saw anything there.
Yeah, I don't think I did either, but Ogilvy whistled for his second foul. 2 team fouls already on Hebraica, with 8:20 to play in this third quarter. And now a foul on the three-point attempt. And that will put Santiago Scala on the line. He's 8 of 9 coming into this tournament from the free throw line. Has not shot one here tonight. He's got 2. Doesn't even take a dribble, just puts it up and drains it. So Scala hits 3 free throws. It's 56-49. Hassel, the left hand, no. Diaz, the rebound. Diaz from just inside the left elbow, that misses. Diaz, boy, he can't buy a bucket. 1 of 7 now. Perotti from three-point range, that is good! Luciano Perotti again, 5 of 7 from the arc now. He's got 18 points.
Brody, the unexpected hero today. So far, at least.
56-52. And a 3 by Scala. He's got the answer. Scala now with 16. We're back to 7. Ducasse the rebound. Oh, what a pass from Perotti to find Ogilvy. But there for the block is Marcio Santos. What a defensive play. Now Diaz from 18. That's good. And the lead now 9. Biggest of the game for Franca. Can they finally start to pull away from this Hebraica Macabi team? Ducasse for 3. No. Now Diaz for 3. That's good.
There it is. That's got to be a timeout.
Lucas Diaz with his second three-pointer of the night. He's got 9 points now. That gives Franca a 12-point lead.
And there I've talked about our last few games, how you build momentum. You get a stop and a score, and then a stop and another score, and now you can hear the crowd even in the timeout. There they are. Yeah, they're getting into it.
Yeah, you get a stop and a score, and a stop and a score. And one of those is a three-pointer. They've actually got 4 stops in a row, 2 three-pointers, 2 buckets, and now they've got a 12-point advantage.
The other big thing about those last 2 shots.
Finally put away Hebraica Macabi.
Yeah, those last 2 shots both were knockdowns by Lucas Diaz. So he's getting things into the game too.
Diaz 3 of 9 now. He was 1 of 7. He's hit his last 2, including a three-pointer. There's Scala's three-pointer. There's the knockdown by Diaz. And now the 3, which prompted the timeout by Zilberstein.
I think
the feeling that Lucas Diaz wants to take this game over now.
Well, and he's asking Dos Santos where his watch is. He said, I had a watch on. Do you know where's it been?
I don't think that's what he was saying.
I'm not a good lip reader.
But Ogilvy scores to get the lead down to 10. I think he was saying it's Lucas Diaz time.
That would make more sense than where's my watch? I get it.
Hassel the rebound. Now Perotti up the left side. Gets it to Hassel. Nobody picks Hassel up, so he goes into the lane. And a good no call there. So the lead down to 8. Little 4-0 run here. Diaz for 3 again, and that is good.
Ogilvy
Yes,
felt there
now
was a
with
defensive
12.
mix-up there.
Barodi into the corner for Ogilvy. Trying to drive on Diaz. Two big men battling. Great defense by Lucas Diaz. He just picked Ernesto Ogilvy's pocket clean. Now Hinkle. Little Euro into the lane, off the glass, no. Rebound Franklin Hassel.
Great defense by Hassel there, too.
Hassel working on Diaz. A little left-hand jump hook, yes. Hinkle, no, beg your pardon, Santos takes it himself, misses wide left and gets the late whistle.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say that was pretty late.
No question, a foul.
Yeah, he stays on the floor, but he's moving. I get people like that. They put their hands up, like, I never jumped. I was like, yeah, but you moved into me while I was jumping. That's not, you can't do that.
Marcio Santos, a 70% free throw shooter, hits the first one. Don't forget, we've got one more game coming up tonight. Halcones and Nacional, game 2 of that series. Nacional with an exciting 79-78 win the other day. Series moves to Salapa, where they try to stay alive. That's going to be an electric atmosphere. Can't wait to get that one started. A lot of basketball left here, though.
That gym might be even more lit than this one.
I expect that to be as exciting as Nacional's home floor, Antel Arena in Montevideo.
I think maybe
Antel is
Halcones'
home floor.
Yeah, Halcones' gym doesn't seem as big like as Franca's, but we've seen it basically full, so again, smaller gym, but still full.
It seems like the seats are right on top of the floor.
Right. And that's why I say too, maybe it's, maybe that's because that's what makes it look, when I say small, I mean smaller. It's not a small gym, but smaller than this type of arena that we have here. And they get loud. They got the band.
That's the one that's got the fire that comes out of the top of the backboard as well.
I forgot about the
basket support.
Yeah. Gets hot.
I think the score graphic is wrong. 69. No, that is right. 69-60. And now Diaz along the baseline goes up and flushes it with both hands, and the lead back to 11. Matches the biggest lead of the game. Hebraica, though. Jordan Williams answers with the three-pointer at the other end. He's got 12, 3 of 4 from the arc. It's back
Williams
down to 8.
Hit a couple of tough shots.
That open look from the corner is good. Jonathan Dos Santos hits the three-pointer.
You see Franca being patient. They're finding wide open shots here. You can tell Hebraica's got somebody running towards them. A little tired on defense. Oh.
Just keep it in bounds, and Jordan Williams can't corral it, and that's a Hebraica turnover.
I was surprised there wasn't some kind of call over there with Scal and Parodi.
Yeah.
Seemed like somebody might have done something there, but Yeah, if you're a youngster watching this game, that pass there, that's pretty difficult for somebody to catch. At this level, I would probably expect him to catch it, but you can see that pass down around his knees. And the thing I ask young players when I'm coaching is, what's a guy going to do with that once he catches it? He's got the ball really low. You're not shooting, which in that case probably wasn't shooting anyway, but if you want to improve your game, know where to get your players the ball where they can be most successful.
Well, that one wasn't down around the knees, but it was way too high for Marcio Santos, and that's a Franca turnover.
I would have got that, Craig.
Just the third,
easily.
Just the third of the game for Franca. That's what you call taking care of the ball.
I would have used my go-go gadget vertical.
Third quarter. Hebraica desperately trying to stay with Franca. They have given Franca all they could handle. Winning last night. Playing the first 2 quarters down just 2 points here tonight. In fact, they had a lead in that second quarter. But a timeout by Elinho Garcia when they were trailing by 7. And it's been all Franca since then. 74-65 after that bucket by Ogilvy. And now another Franca turnover. 3-pointer up and good! Oh. Ryan Garcia!
We talked about how good their 2-point field goals were. They've replaced that percentage with the three-point field goal percentage tonight.
They are 11 of 16 for 69%. Hassel, the long outlet pass. Garcia couldn't do anything with it. Parodi escapes his defender, drives on Santos, won't fall in. Diaz the rebound. Now Franca running. Diant pulls it up. Jackson now lobbed at Diaz. The ball never touched the floor. What gorgeous ball movement by Franca to get the lead back to 8.
And good recognition on the high-low there to see that Diaz had a mismatch and had his guy sealed.
Now foul away from the ball. That's going to be on Heisler-Guillant.
Dos Santos seems like he didn't think the screen was set. Kind of like to see if we can get a look at this one. I'd like to see what Dos Santos' argument was. He seems to be motioning. He jumped and set a screen as if to show, like, this is how you set a screen, not what just happened. So
and the conversations with Heisler-Guillant, that's who I thought the foul was on, but they did call it on Dos Santos. Garcia to his left. Federico Haller. Luciano Parodi. 3 on the shot clock. Parodi. No shot, but a foul. Third team foul on Franca. That's going to be on Santos. That'll be his third. Wesley Ferrero with 3 fouls for Franca as well. Nobody on Hebraica with more than 2. And now Parodi in conversation with the official. Haller working his way into the lane. Goes with the left hand and good. Good defense by Charles Hinkle. But a better shot by Federico Haller. And he's got 4 to lead back down to 6.
Oh,
Hebraica nearly came away with that one. Hinkle so can't get the 3. And now Ogilvy finally tracks it down.
Last shot of the quarter is what you want here. Looks like that's what they're going to do.
3 seconds difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Parodi holding. Gets to Ogilvy on the roll. Spinning, pirouetting shot. And A couple of players for Hebraica signaling for the unsportsmanlike with 8 seconds left. I'm not sure in real time that I saw, but maybe, let's see. Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Heisler-Guillant. And they are going to look at it. Heisler-Guillant just wrapped up Ernesto Ogilvy, and that's why he spun around. That wasn't part of his move. Guillant did not make a play for the ball, so a good argument by Hebraica Macabi that this could be an unsportsmanlike. This is the dunk at the other end. It's not relevant to what we're looking at here. Now they finally get it racked up, right? I keep trying to get this rear camera angle, and they keep backing it up too far. I'm not sure that we'd be able to see anything from that distance unless that camera zoomed in. There we go. Okay, Guillant with that right arm. Yeah, there's no play on the ball there.
Yeah, he definitely just grabs the arm.
And they are going to call the unsportsmanlike. So this is going to be 2 shots for Hebraica and the ball.
A little bonus. They just wanted the last shot. Now they get a good look at 2 free throws and the last shot.
and Guillant, wanting an explanation, did not seem to like it when he was told, hey, you pulled the guy's arm down. So Ogilvy to the free throw line. He's 2 of 2 tonight. And he hits the first. Now, how about if Ogilvy hits the second and then Hebraica hits a 3 here to go back into the fourth quarter down by 1?
Yeah, that would be, that'd be good for them. They want to cut this lead down. I don't like going into the fourth quarter with this 6-point deficit that they did have.
Well, it's 4 now, 76-72. Ogilvy's got 17. Williams to inbound.
I think Williams might be the guy that shoots this ball.
There's Perotti. 6 now, 5. Back outside. 3 on the way from Garcia. Just short. Rebound tapped. Put back up by Haller. No good.
Oh.
Hebraica with a couple of really good looks. But we go to the fourth quarter with Franca on top by 4. 76-72. That was after Franca led by 12, 64-52. So a 20-12 burst by Hebraica to end the third quarter. Franca outscores Hebraica in that third quarter 27-25. As we look at the individual, or rather the team numbers here, Hebraica 65% from the arc, 11 of 17. 54% from 2-point range. Individually for Franca, Jonathan Dos Santos, 3 points. Wesley Ferreira, 5. Heisler-Guillant, 3. Charles Hinkle, 20. He had all those in the first half. He did not score in that third quarter. David Jackson, just 4 points after putting up 24 last night. Lucas Diaz with 16. He finished the first half with just 3, so he came alive with 13 in that third quarter. He's up to 50% overall, 6 of 12. Marcio Santos, 9 points, 4 rebounds. Santiago Scala, 16 points, 8 assists. Foul trouble for Franca. Santos with 3, Ferreira with 3. For Hebraica Macabi, Brian Garcia, 5 points, 4 rebounds. Federico Haller, 4. Ernesto Ogilvy, 17 points, 5 boards. Luciano Perotti, 18 points. He's 5 of 10 from the floor, 5 of 7 from the arc. He's also got 7 assists. Jordan Williams, 12 points. Juan Ducase has 6 points, 5 boards. Franklin Hassel, 7 points on 5 of 8 shooting. He's also got 7 rebounds. Hassel, 22 minutes. Luciano Perotti, 27 minutes. Ernesto Ogilvy, almost 28. Jordan Williams, 26. So let's keep an eye on how much Hebraica Macabi has left in the tank. And a foul on Wesley Ferreira, and that's going to be his 4th. Or do they maybe get Hinkle? I think they gave it to Hinkle. That 3 is up and good! Luciano Perotti again, and he's got Hebraica back to within 1.
MVP. MVP.
He's 6 of 8 from three-point range. And again, this crowd into stunned silence. Ball stolen away by Jordan Williams. And a foul committed by Heisler Giant. And are they going to consider this for an unsportsmanlike? I don't think so. That was just a bump of the body. I don't think he held him up. Yeah, the previous foul was on Hinkle, not Ferrara. And this just a common. But 2 quick team fouls on Franca already. And now a 3rd. Heisler Giant with the foul. That's going to be the shooting variety. And now Hebraica can take the lead from the free throw line.
Well, and I think he had fouled him up around the screen before the shot ever took place. So I don't know if that's what he was. Either he didn't think he fouled him at all, or he's thinking, like, why didn't you call the one on me earlier?
So now Giant checks out with 4 fouls. Perotti to the free throw line on the tournament. Luciano Perotti, 82.6%. 3 of 3 on the game. First one is good. We are tied at 76. And Luciano Perotti gives Hebraica Macabi the lead, 76-77.
There's a slight aroma in the air. Smells a bit like an upset.
Again, as absolutely dead silent. You could check out a book in Ginásio Pedro Calm right now. And Andrew, I am literally sitting here with my mouth open, shocked. I thought when Franca got up by 12, that was going to be it for Hebraica. I thought they had run out of steam.
Yeah, you and me both.
Now Perotti commits his 3rd foul. As Ogilvy and Ferreira are jostling. Long 3 on the way. That is good! Santiago Scala! And did they call a foul under the bucket as well? Hinkle ended up on the floor. Scala now with 19. Franca back on top. And it looked like Franca calling for a review to see what happened. And that foul on Luciano Perotti, his 4th. Oh, he's got to be smarter than that. He's having the game of his life. You can't commit that fourth foul right there.
I'd still like to see the foul.
Yeah.
I don't really know what happened. The ball
ended
went
up
through
on
the net.
the floor.
Right. I don't know, Craig. I think there might have been some throwing back of the head.
And a block. Parodi. His pass tipped, but Haller tracks it down. Now Ogilvy. Driving baseline, giving it up to Parodi, gets it back. Shoots the baseline jumper, and that is good. We're tied at 79.
That's a post and repost.
Ogilvy now
gets
19
the ball,
points.
dribbles into the post, passes out, and gets it right back.
Hinkle answers
Good
at the
action.
other end for three. Hinkle now with 23, his first points of the second half. Ogilvy driving, draws the foul, count the bucket as well. Parodi and Ogilvy with the games of their life tonight. Ogilvy now with 23.
He's gassed.
Yeah, he is.
He may have just called for a sub.
He's played 29 minutes and 50 seconds. Foul was on Ferreira. That's his third. And Ogilvy completes the three-point play. We're tied back up at 82. Ogilvy absolutely sucking fudge right now. I can't imagine he's going to be out for very long, though. They need him in there. Now a three from the corner. No. Rebounded by Haller. On the floor for Hebraica, Brian Garcia, Federico Haller, and it's going to be Hassel, Parodi, and Williams. For Franca, Diaz, Ferreira, Hinkle, Jackson, and Scala. And now Hebraica back on top after the bucket by Hassel. Coming up on 7 minutes to play. Hassel's got a dozen. Scala. Now into the corner. Open three for Jackson. No. Pardon, that was not Jackson on the miss. I believe that was Ferreira. Now Williams. Lane opens up for him. He gets pushed, and he's going to go to the line, and that's going to be 5 team fouls on Franca with 6:46 to play in the fourth quarter. Franca will be in the penalty. David Jackson still on the floor following that foul. That previous three-point miss, by the way, was Charles Hinkle. There's the bump. Williams goes down hard, right at the feet of our camera operator there. Williams misses the first free throw. The foul was on Ferreira, his fourth. So he has a seat now as Williams lines up the second free throw. It's a 3-point lead for Hebraica. Jordan Williams getting a rest. We've got 4 starters on the floor for Franca. Yep. And on the court for Hebraica, 3 starters. Ducasse, Hassel, and Parodi is back, but he's playing with 4 fouls. Federico Haller and Brian Garcia, the other 2 on the floor for Hebraica. Now Hebraica commits their 4th team foul. Now the drive by Jackson, blocked by Hassel. He saves it in bounds as well. Now Perotti into the lane, and he draws the foul. Perotti with the behind-the-back dribble, and looked like Diaz came from behind and committed that foul, and if he did, that'll be his third. But did they call it on Dos Santos?
A little nervous for Franca.
They did call it on Dos Santos. That's just his second. So now Perotti to the free throw line, where he is 5 of 5 tonight, 83% overall. First one falls in. The lead is 4.
Franca's not putting any pressure on Hebraica to get Ogilvy or Williams back in the game, so they can get a good rest all the way down to probably 5 minutes and come in for, what should be the rest of the game.
A 5-point lead for Hebraica Macabi now. Perotti with 25. Santos. Shot clock at 10, and the foul on Brian Garcia. That'll be his 4th. So 4 fouls apiece on Garcia and Perotti, the 2 main point guards. We have not seen Golan Gut in games 2 or 3. For Hebraica Macabi. In game 1 of the series, Gut played 17 minutes, was 0 for 6 from the floor. Second free throw missed. Six minutes to play. Perotti's floater won't go. Rebound Santos. Jackson. Picked up by Perotti. Now the pass into the post. And that's going to be a foul on Juan Ducasse. That'll be his 3rd. But that will send Santos to the line. He's a 70% free throw shooter overall, 2 of 2 in this game. And now Ducasse has a seat.
Did we get
Does that mean
Ogilvy and Williams back in here?
Yes, indeed. Ogilvy and Williams have checked in. So on the floor now for Hebraica, Williams, Perotti, Ogilvy, Hassel, and Garcia. First free throw is good for Santos.
That's your lineup until Perotti fouls out.
Think so?
Yeah, I don't know that they're gonna sub. I mean, unless we really get more up and down going here and they need a rest. But other than that, they're with the pace of the game right now, some free throws every now and again. That's time where you rest and then you go.
Santos now with 11. Garcia gets it to Hassel. Hassel outside to Garcia for 3. That's good!
Dagger. Great kick out of the double team there.
Garcia now with 8. Hebraica's lead is 5 as we approach 5 minutes to play. That 3, no good. Rebound tapped back. Tracked down by Scala. He takes it himself with the left hand. Huge offensive rebound for Franca there.
Got to get a stop.
Scala now with 22. Williams gets it back. Launches the long 3. Yes! Jordan Williams And the lead is up to 6 with 4:40 to play. And Williams is amped. Elinho Garcia wants timeout to talk things over. Hebraica Macabi continues to rub the lamp, and the genie continues to answer.
Mais longe, se receber, tira o chute, mais grudado. Tudo pra gente ter o rebote e chegar com vantagem lá, jogando.
They have like 20 points, or probably 21 points, off of three-pointers that normally I'm probably not even going to guard. Almost all of Perotti's. That one by Williams, and then Williams had 2 other three-point shots that were pretty difficult shots. One that he ran from left to right and was fading away kind of towards out of bounds, and then the one that was pretty well defended on the right side that was in the second half here because it was on this side of the floor. Unbelievable.
And look at the rebounding advantage for Hebraica Macabi, 33-24, including 29-16 on the defensive glass. Ogilvy's got 5.
Well, like I said,
Hassel has 9. Ducasse with 5.
For Franca.
But what about this three-pointer?
Yeah, he's out there. But you talk about rebounding. Hebraica Macabi has missed 14 twos and 6 threes. That's only 20 defensive rebounds available. There's only 20 defensive rebounds that Franca could have even got.
Excellent point. Now Diaz gets it back to Jackson. Jackson gets the foul on Ogilvy, throws the head back for good measure, but that's only the 3rd foul on Ogilvy. So Jackson will go to the line.
That's kind of your 2 ways to win the rebounding battle. If you both shoot about the same, you need to grab the basketball more times off the rim than the other team. Pretty simple. But if you can shoot at a high enough percentage that you just don't have as many possible rebounds, that's another way. That's a more unconventional and a way that I would prefer, because that means my team's not missing. Pretty easy to coach if your team makes almost all their shots.
Yeah, when you're shooting 61, when you're shooting 61-62% from the floor overall, you look pretty smart as a coach. Jackson hits both free throws. And the lead's 4.
That's where I say, I just got my guys in a position to succeed. That's the type of stuff I say then.
Hassel to Ogilvy off the window. No. I think Hassel had a better look at a bucket there than Ogilvy did. Now the kick out for 3.
Oh, boy.
That rings off. Perotti the rebound.
Look at Perotti with the box out. That ball almost hit the floor before he grabbed it.
Perotti the double-double, 25 points, 10 assists, and now a foul on Scala. That'll be his 3rd, but that'll put Perotti on the line. I actually like, Andrew, that both of these teams are in the penalty this early, because it's going to force them to play more straight-up defense. Because you do not want to put the other team on the line.
I think it benefits the team in the lead right now, Hebraica, better.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, and Perotti short on the first free throw.
We mentioned, too, they have the rebounding advantage, so they seem to be playing better defense without fouling and just getting the rebound. So, again, that benefits them. They don't necessarily want to put somebody on the line. And you look
Jackson,
at Perotti on that last one.
From Diaz. Now Diaz gets it back. Stolen away by Williams.
The clock is their friend for Hebraica.
Yes, it is. Perotti gets it into the front court, picked up by Scala.
Yet another added benefit of the foul situation is if you can get Franca deep down into the shot clock, it's harder to play defense for that long and not foul.
Oh, and a foul called on Santos. with the shot clock winding down. That's going to be the 4th on Santos. That'll put Franklin Hassel on the line.
I don't know if he did foul there, but he definitely didn't want to foul.
Yeah.
Let's see this.
Swiped him across the left forearm.
See, again, for the youngsters watching the game, don't swipe at the ball. Just get your hand up, jump, contest the shot, and then you know, it's easier to box out because in this case, Hassel's a guy you want to box out. You want to go find him. But he's fading away from the basket. So it's going to be pretty easy to check him out and then turn around and go find the ball. You swipe at the ball like that, whether that was a foul or not, it kind of looks like a foul. So
and they're going to a review here. Were they checking? Yeah, I think they were checking to see if the foul and shot occurred before the shot clock expired, and it did. Clearly 1 second left when the ball comes out of Hassel's hand. So that will put Franklin Hassel on the line. He has not shot a free throw tonight. He's an 80.6% free throw shooter on the tournament. First free throw a little too strong, and Hassel knew it as soon as it left his hand.
Looks like he's pretty far to the right. I mean, I know he's left-handed, but he looks like he's pretty far to the right of the center. I don't know. It's hard to tell because you got the kind of big sticker there on the free throw lane.
Yeah, he is definitely off to the right. Lead back to 6. Hassel with 13. Since Franca took an 11-point lead at 67-56, it's been a 39-24 run for Hebraica Macabi, including that last bucket there by Jackson. Inside 2.5 minutes. Missed by, I believe that was either Garcia or Calimares. That was Garcia. No, that was Perotti.
Franca's got to capitalize on this.
Open
we
three
go.
from Santos. That's good! And the lead down to 1 with 2:08 to play.
Anybody's ball game, Craig.
Can the fans here in Ginásio Pedro Cal in Franca will this team to win? Or can Hebraica Macabi pull off the impossible? There you see Jordan Williams getting treated for a cramp.
If I'm Coach Garcia right now, I'm telling Franca I need 2 minutes of great defense with no fouling. That's all we need. If we do that, we win. If I can hold them to one, you know, maybe one score in these next 2 minutes, maybe 2. No fouls though. They got to earn their basket off of, you know, shooting over me or whatever, and then collect that rebound. We win this game. It's that simple. We can win the game without doing that, but I know we win the game if we do what I just described.
Hebraica with a pair of players over 20 points. Luciano Perotti, 26. He's also got 10 assists. Ernesto Ogilvy with 22. Jordan Williams, 16. Franklin Hassel, 13. For Franca, they've also got a pair of players over 20 points. Hinkle at 23. He had 20 in the first half. Santiago Scala now with 22. Scala also with 8 assists. Lucas Diaz, 16. Marcio Santos has 14.
If Hebraica makes another one of those long threes, that's a dagger if they can do that. They've made so, I would say that the percentages say they're not going to make one, but they've made so many. I don't know that I want to say that.
Ogilvy drives on Diaz, misses. Jordan Williams the putback. No! Diaz tracks down the rebound, and Williams better get up. Finally gets back down the court. Diaz was open for a moment. Approaching 90
he's got
seconds
Williams
to
defending.
play. Scala.
There we go. Get him on the
Left
block.
side to Diaz. Now into the corner for Jackson for three. Missed. Rebound tracked down by Garcia. 1:20 to play. Hebraica a 1-point lead. And I cannot tell you the shockwaves this would send through South American basketball if Hebraica wins this game. High off the glass, no. Rebound tipped out of bounds. I think that'll stay with Hebraica, and that's the initial call.
I don't like Diaz passing out of that one. He's got Williams on him. Get into his body, and worst case, do your little fadeaway over the right shoulder. That's his move. It is silky.
Hassel got the inbound pass. 5 to shoot. Somebody's got to let him know. And nobody
Wow.
from the bench was screaming. You've got to be letting your team know on the floor that shot clock was winding down, and that is a 24-second violation on Hebraica. A critical turnover with 57 seconds to play.
What was that play we mentioned earlier that we said we'd remember? I remember we said we'd remember it, but I don't remember the play.
Well, it was one of them was a technical on Heleno Garcia in a 1-point game. Now Jackson, guarded by Williams. Hinkle, guarded by Perotti. And Perotti letting him go. Now Scala driving in. Baseline floater, no. Ogilvy the rebound. 37 seconds to play. Hebraica can go 2 for 1 here. Williams drives and gets the layup, and it's a 3-point lead for Hebraica with 25 seconds to play. And again,
what do we do here?
Ginásio Pedro Cao in Franca goes dead quiet.
Atenção! Nós vamos fazer. Atenção!
Do I go for the last shot? And if it's the last shot, I got to shoot a 3. Do I see if they give me something easy right away? I kind of feel like that's what I do, is I go ahead and go for something easy. Now, if I flip my hat around and I'm Hebraica, if I give up the easy shot, I'm tempted to shoot a 3 and just step on their neck at that point and say, hey, you got 2, you're down 1, I hit a 3, I'm up 4, game's over. Because now at that point you've got 10 seconds or so.
If I'm Hebraica and I want somebody to take that step on their next shot, for as great a game as Luciano Perotti has had, I want Jordan Williams taking that shot.
Yeah, Williams, Perotti's hit like 4 shots way outside, but they were open shots. Williams has been hitting shots, and then this one was clutch too with the left hand. I guess he did go with his right there, but let's see this. Oh, look at the ball movement there. He moves that thing side to side about 3 times.
He protected it.
Goes
perfectly.
left, right, left again, and then lets it go with his right. Yeah, I think that's if I'm Hebraica, that's what I'm doing. I'm letting them have an easy basket if they want to the lane, a 2-pointer. Now I'm up 1. I just got to hold the ball or get last shot, and they're going to foul me.
Yeah.
I just not letting them shoot a 3. I'm running out on every 3 and making them drive. They can have a wide open layup before they can have a 3.
Hinkle to inbound. To Jackson. They are looking for the 3, I think. Now Jackson drives, gets past Ogilvy and lays it in. There you go.
Now we just got to get the ball in. Foul here. Or not.
Ogilvy.
There we go.
Ogilvy gets a foul by Hinkle, and that They'd only taken 4 seconds off the clock there, so they weren't really in any danger of a backcourt violation. It's fourth foul on Hinkle.
Dangerous.
But that'll send Ogilvy to the line. Ogilvy, 5 of 5 in the game from the free throw line. Overall, a 70% free throw shooter.
I don't know if they just didn't want to put Perotti at the line or if they were trying to get a steal, because they did have a good trap there in the corner. So
yeah,
I don't know. It's risky though, because you're burning clock, and then if they do throw it over the top and get it past half court, now I've lost another 4 or 5 seconds. Let's see here. Okay.
Ogilvy calmly strokes the first one.
So if he hits another one, they can't lose on a three-pointer. Worst case scenario is a tie here for Hebraica if he makes this. And if I'm Franca on the miss, I'm running, trying to get a layup so I can tie the game with a 2.
The 34-year-old Panamanian comes up short, but an offensive rebound by Franklin Hassel with 11.2 to play. The foul committed by Marcio Santos. That is his 5th. So Hebraica with a 2-point lead and the ball.
Yeah, you got to check out Hassel. You cannot let, you got to double him. I don't even know if they had a full lane. That's what we call a pinch. If I've got Hassel on my side, so let's see, we see Ferreira standing where he's at. If Hassel is lined up to his left, then he's got another Franca player to the left of that. Both of us are pinching Hassel. We're both boxing him out.
Hassel hits the first free throw. 2 of 3 from the stripe tonight. He's got one more coming. This would make it a 2-possession game with 11.2 to play. Hassel.
That's
puts Hebraica at the 100-point mark again against Franca. 30 or so points above their tournament average. They have found the magic formula against Franca. Hassel now. 15 points, 10 rebounds. And
that's probably game over.
This is an absolute 8.5 on the Richter scale in South American basketball.
Vem junto. Wesley, eu preciso que você bloqueie mais dentro para a saída do Panda.
Because best case scenario here, Franca has 2 more shots, but probably has to put Hebraica back on the line between them.
Yeah.
So if they're down 4 and hit 2 threes, now they're up 2. But they got to give 2 free throws up to the other team.
And again, this is the same scenario that you described earlier. You run out on the 3-point shooters, and you let them have an easy deuce.
You can have a layup.
Let them drive
go
the lane.
For it.
Yeah.
Because now, even if I only make one of my free throws, I'm still by 3.
Yep,
and
they
you
still
can't
have to hit a 3 to tie.
I'm usually a fan of not losing. I just want to play to not lose. At some point, if we get into double overtime or something, like, okay, we need to win because I can't go any longer.
Inbound. Finally gets it in. 10 on the clock. Scala over to Diaz for 3. Missed. Clock at 4. And a foul on the rebound.
Wow.
And that foul was on Franca. I thought that foul was going to be on Hebraica. No, yep. Absolutely.
Oh, no.
Hassel had position.
Hassel's a man down there.
And if
we'll get him walking around.
That's going to be on Hinkle or Ferreira. Either way, that's their 5th foul. So it's on Wesley Ferreira. He is done. Hebraica with a 4-point lead, and they can taste it now. 3.4 to play. Hassel to ice it.
Even if he misses, game's over. They got 3 seconds that even if they make a 3 and he, in fact, I probably want to make the first one and miss the second. Make sure that they gotta start the clock. I'm missing this one just to be safe.
I was thinking that. No, I'm taking the points. He does miss it.
There we go.
3, 2, 1. Jackson's three will not count, had it gone, and Hebraica has shocked South America with the 101-96 win over Franca. They continue to rub the lamp, and the genie responded every time. Hebraica is on Final Four, eliminating Franca from the tournament. Unbelievable!
This is... And they flipped it 70% from twos yesterday, 70% from threes today. Just opposite ends of the spectrum here. Doing it every way possible.
80 of the best minutes of basketball that I've ever seen. Most competitive, certainly, between these two teams. After getting blown out in game one, Hebraica Macabi comes back to put up 100 on Franca last night and 101 tonight. It's not like Franca played poorly. They put up 96 in both games at home. Just 3 points off their tournament average. But Hebraica found the magic formula offensively against Franca. My goodness. Look at Jordan Williams.
Yeah, they're definitely tired. I'd be laying on the floor too.
My goodness. The scale of this upset is just undescribable.
The thing we don't know too is, I mean, you look at the big players: Williams, Hassel, Ogilvy 34, Hassel 35, Williams 31. We've seen plenty of guys playing that are older than that, but you never know how many of those guys, you know, is this their last year playing? We have no idea if any of those things are true. But
let's quickly run down the individual numbers for Hebraica. Perotti with 26, Ogilvy 23, Hassel 16 points, 11 boards. Perotti had 10 assists. Jordan Williams 18 points. Brian Garcia had 8. Juan Ducasse 6. Federico Haller had 4. Perotti played 37 minutes. Ogilvy and Williams 35 each. Hassel played 30. For Franca, Lucas Diaz 16 points in 35 minutes. Wesley Ferreira 5. David Jackson 10. Santiago Scala had 22. Hinkle had 23, 20 of those in the first half. Marcio Santos with 14. So Hebraica Macabi staggeringly onto the Final Four of the 2023-24 Basketball Champions League Americas tournament. One more game coming up tonight. Halcones de Salapa against Nacional. That one's coming up at 7:10 p.m. local time, 7:10 p.m. Eastern time. For my partner, Andrew Hunt, my name's Craig Fada saying so long for now, and thanks for watching.